Guys, this is Emily Sarai and this is JC Daily. Just letting you know that once more, God is with you and by your side, and He won't leave you or forsake you. So continue to look into the relationship you have with Him and look for Him more. If it's reading the Bible or praying to Him or writing notes or making a diary of every day or the blessings that He has brought to you and the promises he has fulfilled. So today's topic is on temptation. Temptation is a wide topic of things that can be considered temptation. In my case, I think that chocolate could be a temptation, but if I become addicted to it, it could probably make me obese. Could probably get diabetes, which is not a good thing and not a happy thing. Or it could raise my blood sugar. So in a way that could affect me. Just like any other thing that can be a temptation could really affect you in a certain way. So that means that one has to be really smart and slow to think about what you're going to do, and if you're going to do it, what are the consequences. For example, if a kid knows that if he breaks something or knows that his mother told him not to touch something and he does it anyways, there's something that always happens after. Either that thing gets scratched, broken, shattered, or lost, then the consequences are going to be worse because he didn't obey, knowing that he was instructed not to touch it, but yet he did it. Just like people that smoke, maybe some can say that smoking is not an addiction to some. For me, it's not an addiction because I don't smoke and I've never smoked. So it cannot become my addiction unless I were to try it, and if I really liked it, then I would do it. But in this case, I would not do it because I know that it's bad for me, because research has been done and the consequences are your lungs deteriorating. And so I know because of others and the studies done that I am not going to do it because of those reasons. And also as a Christian, I have to be an example and not smoke, even if when I wasn't a Christian, if it was an addiction or it was a temptation and I took it and I smoked, doesn't mean it gives me the right to continue doing that as a Christian. So the point here is that we have to be more careful about what we're going to do and the decisions we make and the consequences to those decisions. So we have to learn to think more through the things that we're about to do. For example, if I'm going to sell this TV here, I have to think about, where can I sell it? Will someone give me a good amount of money for it? And what's the price that I should sell it? So I have to go and search online what the year of this TV, the brand, and how much people, like the prices that vary, they range from, that the people are selling their own TVs at, or see if there's a newer version of this, how much money I have to take off because of how many years I've already had it, or how old it is already, in order to sell it at a good price that is fair and reasonable. So it's the same thing. When it comes to doing something, you want to sit down and write the good things and the bad things, the pros and the cons, and balance it out. If I do this, will it affect me more in a good way or will it affect me more in a bad way? And you also want to look at other people that have the same experiences as you, or that you want to do something but you don't know if it's okay to do. For example, people that do tattoos could be something beautiful because it's an art form, but then at the same time you can't donate blood because it goes into your bloodstream, and now you cannot do good things for other people in this situation, which is donating blood for others, and you cannot participate in such a good method of helping someone. And I mean, you can enjoy it, and it's beautiful, and you can show it to many people, and people can really admire your art and someone else's art, because the one who made it is from their hand of artwork. But in reality, too, women that are pregnant can't get tattoos, because it would also affect the baby's bloodstream, or it would affect them in some way. So some people say it wouldn't, but in cases it does. So like these examples that I'm giving you is just so you can think about, you can really think about these things in life that can affect you. And every day that you wake up and you choose to make a decision, it could be risky, or you just say, I'm a risk taker, I like to do it all, I'm just living life. Well, if you forget, this isn't our life. This was God's life, created for us to worship Him, for us to live for Him, and for us to really obey His commandments. We're not perfect, and we can't obey them all, unless you're religious. Yes, you can. But at the same time, you're in fault, because you're trying to reach perfection, which you can never. And God says that we can never be perfect like Him. But we can try to be better people. So I'm just letting you go with this. Think about the consequences of your actions, and think about the pros and the cons, and how it's going to affect you. Jesus really loves you, and God, the Holy Spirit, the Trinity, is always going to be there. But if you start making bad decisions every day of your life without consulting Him first and knowing if it's the right decision, that will cause you to separate from Him. And it will not be Him separating from you, but the separation because of those things that you have done that have caused Him to be pushed away from you. Because God says He can't be where there is darkness, and those things that you're doing could be sinful, and so many sins can pile up to become a wall to separate you. So just letting you know, don't forget, come to God, pray to Him first before any risky decision. But enough said. This is Evelie Sarai or Roscoe, but Evelie Sarai, my YouTube name. And this is JC Daily. It was wonderful to really speak these words to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Goodbye.